Hey, Elijah, we were just having a chat with Coach L about, seniors and other players, just, what's going to happen after the season and all that. And he says that he's been chatting with everybody and everyone's focus right now is just on the basketball that's left to be played. And then those kind of decisions are going to be in April. Can you talk about, where you stand and what's your mindset going into this last game? It's obviously not been the season that you expected, but you've had a lot of personal success. How do you feel going to this last home game about tomorrow and the future?
Coaches let us know that even like this last game, definitely still has meaning to it. It being senior night for guys that's been here for 4 or 5 years, even me, like having a senior night. But winning the game is also like of the utmost importance because it definitely sets who we play in the ACC tournament because us and BC are right behind each other in the standings. So just focusing on winning the game and getting ready for next week has really been the focus around here.
Up next, we have Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald. Barry.
Hi. So at this point, it doesn't sound like you're leaning either way. I know you're focusing on the finale, but as far as whether to return next season, are you leaning either way at all?
I haven't really made a decision on that. I want to finish the season and then go back home, talk to my family, and really make a decision on what would be best for me.
Great. And just want to ask you one other quick thing on Earl Timberlake. Obviously, he didn't get to play a lot of games because of the injury, but what did he show you as far as what he could ultimately be from the games you were able to play alongside him?
I feel like Earl is a guy that can step on the court any given night, and he's liable to get a triple-double with all the different things he brings to the game. So just like his versatility, being able to play multiple positions, guard multiple positions, his physicality as a freshman, something he really impressed me with. And when like he's completely healthy and back on the court, I feel like he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Thanks, Elijah.
We'll go now to Kevin Ivany from MiamiHurricanes.com. Kevin.
Hey, Elijah. I know you guys played BC earlier in the year. Just what did you guys learn from that game that you're hoping to carry into tomorrow?
Finding shooters in transition defense, not giving up as many threes as we did last time, just playing with more sense of urgency, and just the willingness not to give them threes. And we know we have to match their energy, especially playing at home and a senior night. So there should be plenty of energy in the building.
We'll now go to Wyatt Kopelman from the Miami Hurricane. Wyatt.
Elijah, obviously this team has had a couple of early exits in the ACC tournament the past couple of seasons. What sort of mindset would you say you're bringing to this big tournament that you're at least hoping to push the team a little further this year?
It's March. It's a new season. The regular season definitely didn't go how we wanted it to, but we could go here and string a couple wins together and feel great about ourselves, even surprise some people, because we know what we capable of is just having worked out in our favor, but we definitely still have the ability to go to the ACC and win some ACC tournament and win some games.
Cam, I'm sure it's not the senior day you would have pictured coming into Miami when you transferred here, but overall, you spent 2 pretty good seasons here. How has your overall experience been at Miami?
I've had a great experience. I made a lot of good connections, good friendships with teammates and friendships with coaches, and hopefully these friendships can turn into lifelong friendships. And I had, like I said, a great 2 years here. I've enjoyed my time, and I've learned a lot, and also gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom from Coach L. And it's just been a blessing to be here.
We'll go now to Mike DePasquale from WSBN. Mike.
Hey, Cam, good to see you. I wanted to ask you, going into the final game and then the ACC tournament, there's only 6 of you, 6 scholarship players. Have you guys, everything you've gone through so far, has that made you closer understanding, look, it's only the 6 of us, We got to have each other's backs.
Yeah, definitely. You know, adversity, you know, brings everybody closer. So I definitely feel like us six on the court that we play with, we definitely have like a little special bond, and you know, we play hard for each other, and you know, for the University of Miami. So that is actually, you know, something that you know, I didn't really, you know, appreciate until you brought it up. But now that I think about it, yeah, we definitely are pretty close.
If I can follow up, if you don't mind, it seems like the games where there are only 6 of you, you stay in it to the half. Then it's just you run out of gas. I'm not saying physically, but you just don't have the artillery out there to switch and bring guys in and out. Has that been the biggest problem, would you say? Not to blame anyone, but that's the situation.
I mean, I'm not the type to make any type of excuses. You know, I feel like, you know, we just make some mental mistakes. So I guess you could say that in the second half. But I mean, it's hard whenever, you know, teams are rotating, you know, it's 8, 9 guys. But like I said, I'm not the type to make excuses. We just unfortunately haven't found a way to put it together these last couple of games in the second half. So hopefully we can do that coming forward on Friday.
Thank you.
We'll go now to Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Michelle.
Hey, Cam, early congrats on senior night, because we won't see you before the game tomorrow. Can you talk about just, you know, coming off the kind of season you guys have had, so many disappointments and losses in a row and everything. Now that it's March, you're facing the last regular season game in the ACC tournament. Do you feel like it's almost like a fresh start a little bit, that you can put the season in your rearview mirror and look ahead? Just kind of what's your mentality going into tomorrow and next week?
Just looking to finish the season strong. No matter what the outcome is, just play hard, play for my teammates, and you know, hope for the best outcome. You know, it's been one heck of a season, like you said, it sure has. But I'm just focused on these next 2 games, and you know, hopefully we can put together some wins and play well.
Thank you.
Now we'll go to Chris Stock from Inside the U. Chris.
Cam, I was just curious if you still stayed in touch with Trey Young or anything like that. I know you guys obviously have, you know, busy with your own thing. I was just curious if you still stayed in touch with him.
Yeah, I still stay in touch with Trey. We talk time to time. I know he's very busy with his season. I'm very busy with mine, but you know, that's one of my good friends and an older roommate of mine, so I stay in touch with him.
And just to follow up, just your thoughts on what he's been able to do, you know, with the Hawks and things like that so far since he left OU.
I mean, every time I like look up and see him, you know, going off, or like look at ESPN and see the box score and see him doing his thing, it's always, you know, a moment where you're, you know, happy for your friend, you know, especially like him being an all-star. Well, not this year, but last year being an all-star. You know, I was proud of him for that. He's getting his own shoe that's gonna drop soon. So, you know, anytime you see your friend with that type of success, it's always it always makes you feel happy for them and good for them.
And just lastly, just any advice that he gives you, and then maybe any quick memories of when you guys played together that season.
You know, I never really. I've never really gone to Trey about like advice in basketball and like our situations. And since I've been here in Miami, you know, when I talk to him, usually we just talk about, you know, regular everyday stuff. You know, so we have a friendship first before, you know, basketball. So, and what was your other question?
There were any quick memories of him at OU, obviously just in that one season there?
I honestly couldn't pick a specific one. You know, my sophomore year, OU, his freshman year, it was a good year. You know, we had a group of guys that bonded very well together, and we had a lot of fun. I would say if I had to choose something, I guess it would say when we went to Australia and New Zealand for our foreign trip. That was like a fun time for not only me and Trey, but the team as well. So that's when we did like a good amount of bonding, you know, being out the country for 10 days with, you know, a new team that's only been together for a month and a half. So that was definitely fun.
All right, got practice up in a few minutes here. So last question for Cam comes from Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald.
Hi, Cam. Just want to ask you about Isaiah. How much has he improved his game since he arrived more than a year ago to now, and how good do you think Wong can become?
Honestly, y'all see it as improvement, but since the first day he came in here, he's been doing that stuff that he does in the game at practice. So we all knew what he was capable of. It was just more of him breaking out of the shell and just, showing it to the world and, getting comfortable with being in college. Sometimes the adjustment takes some time, but once I got hurt last year and, he had to step into a bigger role, I think he took it on well and hasn't lost a step since. And I mean, the stuff that I've seen him do, we're seeing him do now, stuff I've seen him do since he got to the University of Miami. So it doesn't surprise me, but the future is very bright for him. I mean, he's had a great year and he's a great player. So I think the future is very bright for him.
Thank you, Kim.